Don't mind us. It's just Weekend at Effy's, the top-notch professional wrestling news podcast. We've got all the upcoming information about All Out, All In, All Around, Poke It Out, Hokey Pokey, and WWCWCW. The NWO, who's the third man? This week on Weekend at Effy's, we lose sight of everything. We practice mindfulness. We look at this cute little doggy, Lucy, and we discuss the future of food. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. We're back and we're recording on a very special day. It's Beyonce's birthday. What's your favorite Beyonce song?
God, it's probably a Destiny's Child song, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like
anything off Writings on the Wall.
Wow.
Yeah, because that was the first album I ever bought.
In
I
person.
went to. So this is where people's misconception of what Africa is actually like versus the American version of what y'all think it's like.
You're telling me it's not just a field with a cheetah and a guy with a spear?
Yes.
You're telling me there's
Yes.
cities,
Yes.
businesses, cars,
So,
and internet in Africa?
Yeah.
What the fuck,
Look,
Peter?
the internet wasn't great, but we still had it.
You had it. My internet wasn't great growing up. I had fucking dial-up. So what are we talking about? I don't.
So I lived in like inner city downtown Nairobi to where
in the country of Kenya.
In the country of Kenya,
Yeah.
yes. And so walk down the mall, or there was a mall down the street, which again it sounds fancier than it actually
and
was.
by mall, do you mean just small little shop huts with blankets and nutritional products, or
it was an actual mall.
they have a mall?
Actual mall.
All right. I may have incorrect
elevators,
thoughts.
escalators, everything.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Macy's?
Not a Macy's.
Kenyan Macy's.
Indian Macy's.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
And so there was a little music record shop there where my mom would often browse through the CDs with me and point out all the devil worshiping that was happening.
Yeah.
And so I became obsessed with Destiny's Child because I had a radio that I would hide in my room to listen to.
This is a scandal.
Yeah.
Wait, they have radio?
Wycliffe Jean, Perfect Gentleman, got my Walkman taken away for about a year.
What Wycliffe Jean song was this?
That's the Called Up My Mama, Said I'm in Love with the Stripper Yo.
Did you ever listen to
Just
We Are the
because she
World 20
dances
for
go-go
Haiti?
doesn't mean that she's a hoe, no.
Oh my God.
Called up my mama, said I'm in love with the stripper yo. You remember that song?
I don't remember this song. This is so some things were different in Africa. Wycliffe Jean, hella over.
Huge.
We Are the World 25, I think, for Haiti. We Are the World 20, maybe. It's one of my favorite pieces of cinema ever created. Have we watched this together before? It's so fascinating because not only are 2/3 of all participant celebrities in this song wearing sunglasses, so you cannot see their eyes. Michael Jackson is also put into the music video. He's been dead a while. And Wycliffe Jean does a Haitian throat song at the end for a long time. Vince Vaughn is there, and so is Jeff Bridges. No one knows why.
Incredible.
When you see Vince Vaughn holding the lyric sheet, you know it's going to be good. Wycliffe Jean, he put that all together. Wycliffe Jean are Michael Jackson. You know? We're here. It's Weekend at Effy's. I spent the weekend traveling the world. What else is fucking new, dude? Come on. That's all I do. That's all I do is travel the world, have sick adventures, get beat up, hang out with my friends, and have good times. Good times had by all, I think. Now, you got to see one of my friends for like a second on Friday. We're going to use his stage name here.
Okay.
I love that, like, sometimes in wrestling or in rock and roll, your stage name is like, it's like a whole fake name. Like Kid Rock. Like, I've never thought that guy's name was Kid Rock.
Instead, and we can cut this out, switching from Brian to Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me. No. I go by Rick. My character's name is Dick. It's just like, it's that little of a change. And I love him. He's a sweet boy.
Yeah, I was delighted. So of course I can only make the connections that I have to wrestling. And so as soon as I see someone with a reference to a Nails song as their tag team, I go, okay, well, this is a handle. I'm going to hold on to this handle for as long as I can. To literally the only conversations of it, because I met him a couple times. At
Now,
this
what you
point.
gonna do with it? Now, what you gonna do with it? I love nails.
So I did get to wish Kevin Koo a happy Nails Day.
Was it Nails Day?
Yeah. So the metal band Nails, who has only put out like 2 albums ever.
I thought you were talking about the rapper Nails.
No.
With the face tattoos?
No.
You know who
I'm talking about the.
Now, what you gonna do with it?
No, the metal, which is where Violence is Forever comes from.
Well, Violence is Forever because they just want it that way, too.
Yeah. I did confirm with him at the last GCW show that I was at that is in fact a Nails reference.
Okay, well, I think he probably came up with that. But you're really not familiar with the rapper Nails?
I don't think so.
Maybe I made him up. Yeah, maybe I made this guy up. Maybe it is just a metal band. Maybe I made up a rapper in my head. Or maybe I just don't remember his name. I don't know. But he had like he had that one song.
Are you talking about? Ooh, is it the conservative dude?
He's not conservative.
No.
He's just offensive to everyone.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that doesn't narrow it down.
I'm going to look up. This is a real article I just opened up on what looks to be, I don't know what kind of website this is, 12 white rappers with face tattoos that bring some edge to the hip-hop scene.
I'm literally looking at the same thing.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am.
I'm going to look through here. It's not. Oh, Stitches.
Stitches.
Yeah, Stitches. You don't remember Stitches?
I remember Stitches.
You know, to name yourself after a Shawn Mendes song, a little less cool than naming yourself after a Nails song, right?
Yeah.
Do you like Shawn Mendes?
Nah, I name a song. Sing a song.
What?
Sing me a song.
There's a lot of good songs. Just forget it. Did you ever see Lyle Lyle Crocodile?
I never Lyle Crocodile.
He portrays Lyle the crocodile. Now, something we're going to do that's different this week in our intro, weekendateffys.com. You can follow the Patreon, just like my mom just did. Really awesome. Thank you to my mom. And thank you to all of you who are supporting the Patreon, weekendateffys.com. There's different levels of different dogs, of different zones. We have Goosifer. She knows. We have Bebop. He knows. And we have the granddaddy of them all, the cranberry.
The cranberry.
Cranbubby. Cranbaby. She's on a new medication. We're really excited for her. She's going to be jumping to the moon soon. Follow the Patreon. And we are opening this week's episode again with questions.
Yes.
Here's a question for you. What's the worst movie you saw this whole year? In the theaters. I feel like I'm going to have to answer this one as well. So I'm going to have to look at my scores. Oh, I haven't even signed in
Honestly,
on my new phone.
Longlegs.
Really? It was that bad?
I hated it.
I laughed a lot
The
of
more I
times.
think about it, the more I don't like it.
I'm going to look up
But
all
I
my
also
movies.
I also think that I am probably trying to be something of a hater with that opinion.
You think so?
But I also, I don't know. I think my expectations were just a little bit too high because I felt myself going, this is good, like I was convincing myself.
I'm going to see what the worst film is on mine. It kept getting ridiculous. Wow, I really didn't like that movie. Wow, I did review Spring Breakers with 1 star and wrote, fuck Jeff Jarrett. I was really in a mood that day. I think it was The Exorcist Believer. I think that's the worst movie.
Okay,
I didn't
yeah.
see it in theaters, though, so I don't know if that counts. I don't know. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, pretty bad. Madam Web, pretty bad. But I really won't rate anything low enough. I need to rate things lower, it looks like. Because, I mean, I gave, goodness gracious, I gave tarot 3 stars. I had fun. Did you know that when you combine tarot with the zodiac calendar, it's the highest form of astrology? Sorry, tarot. I forgot. It's pronounced tarot. Or maybe tarot. Maybe I got it backwards. So you don't have an answer for the worst film? Oh, you said Long Legs.
Long Legs,
I
yeah.
refuse to hear it. It's mediocre and it bites off more than it can chew. But think about your life before you knew Nick Cage as Long Legs. Forgot my long legs. Ooh, happy birthday.
I think I had as much of an appreciation, if not more, for Nick Cage before that movie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't change
What
how I
about
felt about
the
him
movie recently that he did called the something about being famous and he's rich?
where he plays himself.
Yeah. What's
Pedro
that called?
Pascal.
Yeah.
Unbearable.
Weight of Massive Talent.
Yeah, I saw it in the theater.
Great.
Delightful. Great.
Delightful.
Loved
Pedro
it.
Pascal, very delightful.
Loved it.
Are you ready for this Omar Apollo press tour where he just tries to fuck everyone?
I'm ready for queer. Is what I'm ready for.
I'm ready for the press tour where he just tries to fuck everyone. I'm into it. Okay, sorry. I keep cutting off the questions by asking questions. We are going to questions from our Patreon listeners. That's the only people that get to ask me questions. If you ask me questions and you're not on the Patreon, all I'm going to do is go like this in your face, in person or not.
Okay, this first question is from Danny. How is your library situation where you live movie-wise? Thank you for past movie recommendations. I'm getting out of my comfort zone movie-wise. Always a good thing to do.
Yeah, it's great. I don't know. I need to go up to our library.
Yeah.
We got to go.
Yeah.
Why don't we go?
Because life has been lifing.
Life has been lifing. We do need to go look. I think it would be helpful. The streaming revolution is garbage, but also here. And so I'm finding out about a lot of movies I didn't know about.
Let's talk about the other part of The Empty Man that we did not reference was the fact that while we have a Disney Plus subscription that includes Hulu. If you try to access The Empty Man,
which is on Hulu,
you cannot watch it on the Disney Plus
Are you
platform.
saying that the section where the Empty Man should be is empty, man?
Yes. Yes. And while I appreciate a good bit, I don't appreciate not being able to watch The Empty Man.
I got Disney Plus with Hulu so we could watch Muppets Treasure Island, and then I just kept it.
You literally got it for that reason?
Yeah.
That rules.
Sorry, I really wanted to watch
No,
Muppets
don't
Treasure
apologize.
Island. Oh my god!
I think I've seen that more than a lot of other we pulled that up and I
Tim
knew
Curry.
every line that was coming.
Yeah,
next.
it's great.
I had the video game when I was a kid.
There's not a bad moment in that movie.
There's not a bad moment.
And it's silly. And Gonzo and Rizzo kind of steal the show.
Yeah.
As is tradition.
Yeah.
Someone tried to show me a chart that was fucks versus makes love from the Muppets. And they were trying to say Rizzo doesn't fuck or make love. And I think that's false.
I think if anyone fucks too much, it's Rizzo.
Yeah, I think Gonzo doesn't know how much Rizzo fucks.
Yeah.
Because he's always seems like
Yeah.
he's there, but then he sneaks away. He's got like a Dominican honey.
I think Gonzo and Rizzo have where Rizzo goes, "No, I'm not fucking. I'm not. It's not, it's not my thing." And Gonzo goes, "Okay, so that's why we have it because they're together."
I thought they were just like kind of a tag team, like wingman sort of thing. I didn't think they were fucking.
They're not roommates.
I don't think they're Ernie and Birding.
Okay.
Birding and Ernie.
Okay.
Birding and Ernie. Burdening. You're my burden. You're my birding. I'm trying to make it work.
I think Bert would say that Ernie is his burden.
But that's because Bert is a whiny bottom, and we know that Ernie types love sad whiny bottoms. And I say this as an Ernie type. Come on, Bert. All right, that wasn't a good Ernie. More questions.
Julie Alexander for next week, which is this week. Does Dan Stevens seem like millennial Christoph Waltz to you? Because he does to me.
Maybe a little bit, but I think Christoph Waltz was so applauded for doing his creepy little rock finger thing that he just kept doing it almost too much.
Yeah.
Wherein that I think Dan Stevens can play like a confused protagonist a little better than a Christoph Waltz. I'm willing to get behind a Dan Stevens. I'm willing to watch a Christoph Waltz come after who I'm looking at.
Dan Stevens will get an automatic watch for me, where Christoph Waltz, did you Big Eye?
I'm not going to ever Big Eye.
I wouldn't recommend
I'm going to watch Night Bitch starring Amy Adams, but I'm not going to Big Eye starring Amy Adams. Does that make sense? Yeah. And really, that's the plot of Big Eye because the men won't take her art seriously, and I'm not going to watch Big Eye. So fuck you. I'll watch Big Fish, Tim Burton, but you only get one movie that's titled Big something. Big friendly giant.
Are you a Big Fish defender?
Yeah, I'm a Big Fish defender.
I love
Are you kidding
Big
me?
Fish. It's great.
It's
You know, a lot of people hate that movie.
yeah, but they're wrong.
Yeah, that's true.
And a lot of people suck. I don't want to hang out with most people. So if they don't like it, good for them. I will say it's my second favorite Danny DeVito as a circus ringleader performance behind Dumbo, which is a fucking nightmarescape.
I didn't Dumbo.
The new Dumbo,
Everybody kept saying it was good, and I didn't believe them.
it is a mess. That's Burton too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably why Danny DeVito's in that role. The same exact Big Fish role, except for he's not a werewolf.
What do you think Beetlejuice is gonna be good?
I don't think Beetlejuice is good. I think Beetlejuice is memeable and has a series of sequences that are immediate parts of pop culture that will be referenced in Beetlejuice. But no, it will not be something I think about for more than 2 months after. Needless to say, I will be there opening day tomorrow to see Beetlejuice. I don't think it's going to be anything that stays in my mind for more than a year. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like if I asked you to name movies you saw in 2007, right? I'm thinking There Will Be Blood. I'm thinking No Country for Old Men.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, I don't know, there's probably other ones, but like, you know,
Like second James Bond.
you're not going to say
Daniel
2024
Craig.
to me in 2035 and I'm going to be like, yeah, really loved the expansion on the Beetlejuice universe. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to give it money and go see it. I think that we have to stop cherishing art so much, right? Like this art to me, Michael Keaton putting the Beetlejuice costume on is a fun Thursday night and it's worth me using my A-list pass, right? Does that sound demeaning to those who were involved in the production creation of such magical art? Well, it shouldn't, because that's your fucking day job. Keep making art. I'm going to watch it on a Thursday night at 4:00 and it's going to be beautiful and fun. And I don't care about it tomorrow. We have to stop sanctimoniously watching art in a way that we have to hold it to a standard of sort of mythdom or belief, when really it's just to fill time so I stop looking at the dark void of everything.
Oh God. What are your favorite horror films of 2024 so far?
Really like Cuckoo
I
with
really
Dan
liked
Stevens. What were some other good horror movies this year? There's been a lot.
First Omen was phenomenal.
First Omen was way better than Immaculate, and I'm glad I saw Immaculate first because
Yep.
it was still hilarious. You didn't like Smile.
It was okay. I
You
wasn't
didn't
really paying
smile?
attention.
You didn't smile?
It didn't come out this year.
I know, but you did just watch it recently.
This is true. I think Kinds of Kindness might be my favorite horror movie of the year
Why do you think it's a horror?
because it's about the existential dread that we're all feeling right now.
Yeah, I feel it sometimes, but I don't think it's horror. I think it's just you gotta become one with the dread.
Yeah.
You have to become the dread.
Which I haven't felt so much catharsis in a movie recently as
Okay.
sitting in the theater with that one.
Mark Maron was bragging about being able to make it through Kinds of Kindness without getting bored.
What?
He was like, I couldn't even tell it was 3 hours. I wasn't even bored. Pretty incredible. It's a good film if you can keep me in there for 3 hours and I don't really notice. Yorgos! People keep saying in the comments for the new Amy Adams film Night Bitch that Yorgos would have done it better.
Yeah, I hear the tone's all wrong.
Yeah, well, that's fine. I'm going to watch it.
But also, we're just getting trailers, so who
It's
knows
also
what the
Amy
tone's
Adams
gonna
giving
be.
like, how do you say this in the best way? Like it's middle-aged woman, but in the same way Kirsten Dunst is giving it in Civil War, where like there's something about like kind
Ooh,
of
that's
a
the best horror
like
movie of the year.
some kind of like a tired mom look is really hot to me for some
Yeah.
reason. Sorry, yeah, that is a really good horror movie. I don't ever need to see it again. Nick Offerman, really great job. I don't ever need to see it again. There's other horror movies this year. Trap was really fun, but that's
Trap
more of a
is great.
thriller.
Yeah.
That movie didn't come out this
The
year.
Watchers was decent.
I like The Watchers. I like Fairies. I like The Children of M. Night Shyamalan. Both of them that I've seen in film or their expression of film. Let's see what the worst movie this year was for me. Or the worst horror movie. And maybe I was wrong. That's the thing about this permanence of putting, this is what I think about this film. I don't know. Maybe I was just feeling a certain way that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe-
There's some like New York Times film critic, like one of the bigger critics. He's occasionally on Blank Check.
Okay.
And his whole thing is that he will go see a movie 3 or 4 times, even if he absolutely did not like it or there was nothing of like movies you would never think would deserve that sort of attention. He just wants to suss out if it really is just wrong day, wrong time.
That's true, but that is a lot of time to devote to a piece of art. Because sometimes I need to look at that art and move on. I saw the TV Glow. I think is a horror movie. I think that's a horror movie. And then I would say my favorite,
in the same way that Kinds of Kindness is a horror movie.
Yeah, Twisters is a horror movie, right?
Yeah,
we don't
horrible time watching it.
What?
I didn't like that one.
Bam, it's not my first tornado.
It was only until Glenn Powell showed up I was happy.
What?
And I liked the end.
I'm about to throw this microphone. I was really just angry when you said that. He's the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
he's
only
the
good
heart and
part
soul.
of the movie.
What do you mean?
That's the
you say you were mad when he showed up?
No, I was mad when he wasn't there.
Oh, when he wasn't on screen, you were
when
not
he wasn't
into
on
it.
screen.
So Anthony Ramos, not your guy?
Not my guy.
I think he's so cute.
They did not do anything with that character. That was not his fault.
Oh, it was his fault for signing up for the movie because he's greedy and he needs money. That's his fault.
It's also like try being an actor these days.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking
But
Christ.
Did you see In the Heights?
No.
It's a musical.
No.
He was in Hamilton.
I hate musicals until I'm watching them and I'm having a great time.
You know, by the time the Hamilton movie comes out, it's going to be so lost from our culture. They really should have capitalized on it day one.
That's how I knew I wasn't actually a musical person, as everybody and their dog was talking about.
I love
that,
musicals. I don't think
avoided
Hamilton's fun. I think it's too long and goofy, and I think Anthony Ramos should be in the Heights and should be singing about protecting the Puerto Rican neighborhood.
I think every musical should just be Wonka.
Okay.
Just make it over and over and over.
You just want
again.
more evil flutes? Yeah. Oompa,
Is he singing in that, Bob Dylan?
It sounds like him. Let's find out. Hey Siri, is Timothée Chalamet singing in the new Bob Dylan film? Yes, it's Timothée Chalamet's voice.
Okay.
Sings like this, and he likes to talk, because everything's here. There's different words every time. Ooh.
There's chocolate, and there's chocolate.
And Augustus Gloop went up the tube. His minute breath. The problem is, once again, what's his name? Dewey Cox?
Yeah.
He's ruined every film
biopic
that ever could be made of anyone. Because I just think of him going, we stand up for the little man. Can't reach the elevator buttons anymore. And fucking Pam from The Office holding the sign.
I think that's the movie we have to do at the Plaza.
Yeah,
I think we have to.
It's just going to be people yelling at the screen.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, this is great. Wow, we figured it out. We're figuring out our first live event, Imagination Station. We're calling it Imagination Station.
I had a delightful conversation with someone wearing a Lucid FC hat that is friends with the brothers.
Hello, brothers.
It was very, very, very delightful.
Bets and Chet, hello. I need to come see you. I need clothing so badly. I'll model.
So, do you have a declaration as far as what your favorite horror movie was?
This year?
Yeah.
Man, fuck.
You're settled on Beetlejuice is the best
I
one.
think it's Cuckoo.
Cuckoo? Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I think overall, I really just... I was having fun the whole time. Yeah, the fucking flute. Ugh. Hunter Schafer giving Jodie Foster is all I wanted. Let her play Zelda, the princess, and the Sheik. The dark fucking Sheik.
Yeah. Corn mazes, creepy or cool?
Okay, what kind of corn maze are we talking? Just a corn maze? Or corn maze with people hiding in it with a chainsaw?
Well, that would inherently be more creepy, but
haunted corn maze?
We're not specifying the kind of corn maze, just corn mazes.
You remember in Bones and All when Timothée Chalamet was jacking off that guy and then cut his neck in the cornfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, cornfields rule. That's what I'll say. Cornfields rule. Was someone asking this as a question?
Yeah, it's an actual question.
Oh. Yeah, corn mazes rule.
Corn
You
mazes
can-
rule. That's what we've decided.
You can JO and stab people in the corn maze. I love it.
Thank you, Rob. Okay. What are the 2 oldest animals?
In the world? Oyster.
Zebras and pandas. You know why?
What?
They're still in black and white.
Ah, that's so stupid.
Thank you, Heather.
Heather, thank you.
Was Heather the individual that bought the pen that I made you sell last night?
Yes.
Thank
Yes, they
you,
were.
Heather, for buying that pen.
When are you have a day off soon?
Yeah, Monday.
Okay. I think we should pack a backpack soon and go to Orlando and go to Hollywood Horror Nights.
Okay.
I think it would be lit. Just do a one-night trek of it.
I'm having flashbacks to our last haunted experience and
What was our last haunted experience?
the good idea, bad idea.
Ooh, this would be good idea. Right? Or would it be bad idea?
I don't know.
I went back, when we went back, that was,
You
I
did a
thought I
double.
mastered it.
You did a double.
I had to do a
Yeah,
double.
and
I
I
told
hung
him
out
I'd do
by
the double. I couldn't send him alone.
Dino DJ.
Do you remember when he disappeared into the soap?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
What? He's
The second one,
Crazy.
they knew. The second one, they knew what was
Yeah,
up in my life because they were targeting me specific. There was one guy in the walls who got me 5 times throughout the whole thing. And every time it worked even better than the
he's
last time.
so fearless, except for like
Life?
walking in a neighborhood.
Or like there's more than 6 people in the movie theater. Like demonic with a knife, Yeti man bleeding from his face. Cool. Going to the movies and 10 people have chosen seats. Fuck that. You know, like it's very, I understand there's different things to be scared of, but I
Yeah,
understand like, okay, yeah,
yeah.
like in theory, this is actors in a controlled soundstage situation. It is a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
And I would
It's a
rather
nightmare.
have to give a public speech in front of 1,000 people than ever fucking walk through there again.
Yeah.
And you know what? If my friend invites me, I'll go walk through it again.
Let's try to do the lights on tour this year.
Can we fungus?
I do believe that is a walk through at your own pace and admire the beauty.
Do they wave to the people there?
I'm gonna call and find out for
Call
sure.
and find out. What if you call and they're like, hello, would you like to come to Netherworld? Oh, yes, the Netherland. Netherlands, not scary. Netherworld, frightening. Welcome to Weekend at Effy's. We've gotten through our questions from our Patreon viewers. We're now going to be talking about a grand adventure that was had across this great nation. Do you know where I was this weekend? I went to Chicago, and then I went to Austin, Texas. Now, do you know what Austin, Texas has?
Texans.
Fucking brisket.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I just want to be clear. We will talk about brisket on this episode. And we will talk about this was, you know what this weekend was? Sometimes I like to remind myself how blessed I am that I get to travel to these places and just have the famous foods they're famous for all the time. Because I straight up rolled into town, and I'm not going to talk about who I was with, except for I was with Connor Hopkins, who picked me up. He's wonderful. He's like if Billy Kidman had a bad mouth and too many IWA Mid-South DVDs.
Who?
Connor Hopkins? He's from Iowa. He calls it God's country. I've been there. I'm not sure. Not sure about Iowa.
You said he was like somebody.
Oh, he's like Billy Kidman with too many IWA Mid-South DVDs. You know Billy Kidman? No. He was in Raven's Flock. Great hair, curly,
band?
possibly a perm. No, it's fine.
Is that like
not
Flock
everybody
of
watched
Seagulls?
WCW in Kenya, I'm
No,
guessing.
no,
I'm guessing Kenya and WCW, not the tightest. If you want to watch every episode of Monday Night Nitro and Thunder, I think we can. Thursday Thunder? WCW?
Thursday Thunder, Saturday Night Nitro.
No, Monday Night Nitro. Saturday Night Nitro is what I'm doing this week in the Mall of America.
Okay.
We're going back
But
to
it's
the
on
Mall
Saturday
of
and not
America. Did we talk about my Mall of America real story last year?
Oh, the phone call?
Yeah. Did we get into it, or was I too just like lambasted about the whole thing?
I don't think we talked about. I think
Here's
that
what
was
happened. This is
I think
real.
that was an off the podcast story.
That had to be an off the podcast story because it was ruining me. So when I wrestled the Mall of America, this will be my 3rd time, and I get passes to go to the theme park inside the Mall of America. I like to ride the rides. Okay. Now, Epic Universe, which is opening soon in Universal as a part of the expanded Universal Parks universe, features a How to Train Your Dragon ride. And that ride is very similar to a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ride that is in the Mall of America. So while waiting in the queue for this, I'm looking at my phone and I'm going, why is this probation officer that I haven't talked to in 4 months calling me? I'll ignore it. It's a Saturday, right? Like, I can call you back. And then so I ride the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles ride where you can spin yourself in the shell. Turtles on a half shell. And I get off and my dad has been contacted and he's saying, why are the police calling me saying you're a felon on the run? I was like, I'm not. I'm just in Minnesota. I'm just 8 states away. It's cool. Bill, chill. So then I found out this is a real big deal. So I call him back and they are moving my probation up to where I live from the original place where I was found with very dangerous, very illegal gummies with THCA in them or whatever. And I'm outside taking a picture and Dark Sheik is helping me. And it has to be on a plain white wall for the database of possible felons under probation. And while this is happening, someone who is a wonderful fan comes up to me and says, Effy, you changed my life. You're incredible. You helped me see that wrestling had a place for me and was beautiful. Can we take a picture together? So then Dark Sheik takes the other phone, takes a picture of me and the fan, and then goes back to taking a picture of my face bare on a wall to be used in a database of criminals. And then I go back inside and wrestle in the Mall of America while my dad is figuring out why I am a pending felon. So to return to the Mall of America now and be able to ride the rides without the concern of this probation, quite nice, I must assure you. I must assure you, quite nice. It's going to be a good time this weekend. So back to what I was saying about going to places, right? Like when I'm in the Mall of America, let me tell you, there's 2 things. And this is coming from someone who's been to Tokyo more than 1 times. They have a rotating sushi restaurant there that's actually fucking delicious and has robot drink makers. They bring you your drinks on a robot. You just be ordering like, let me get a Diet Coke. And then the robot comes and brings it to you and says, here's your Diet Coke. It's a robot. And then you just pull the little snacks off, eat them. If you get 10 plates, you get a prize. And then I go over to the Belgian Waffles and Dingus store and I eat waffles and dingus. And dingus is not what you think it is. Not what it sounds like. It's just toppings for waffles from Belgium, from Brussels. So, yeah, I get to have the best of the Minnesota foods this weekend. But what I'm talking about is Chicago. And I said, Connor Hopkins and et cetera in the car. Let's go straight to Portillo's. You know about Portillo's?
No.
Hot, wet beef sandwiches, crazy milkshakes, hot dogs, sausages. It's a Midwest tradition.
So it's wet and hot?
So they take the beef. It's like a French dip, but for Chicago. And they dip the whole thing in the juice. And then they wrap it and give it to you, and it's just the wettest sandwich.
That sounds great.
It's really good.
That sounds really good.
It's really perfect and a wonderful beef sandwich. You can get peppers on it if you want. But I came for one thing. I came for 2 jumbo Chicago dogs. You're familiar with the Chicago dog? It's a very specific dog.
Okay.
It almost has full pickled salad on top of it. So if you get the Chicago dog, it's got to be a Vienna beef wiener. Right? And then you've got to have a poppy seed bun. So you got the Vienna all beef wiener, poppy seed bun. Then this is what you add on top. It sounds like a lot, but it's necessary. You put yellow mustard. We can change that for you to brown mustard, possibly. You do a sweet relish, chopped white onion, tomato slices, 2 dill pickle spears, 3 pickled sport peppers, and then celery salt on top. It fucking rules, and it feels like it's fermenting you from the inside out. Between the beef hot dog and these melange of vegetables that have been treated in such ways, it's magic. I had 2 whole hot dogs. And then, what else did I have but the caramel spice cake shake, which is exclusive for the fall season, where they take a whole slice of caramel spice cake and blend it into a milkshake.
Oh, my God.
To the point where, like, it's not like, oh, we put pieces of cake and they put the whole thing in and blend it, and then when they stick it on top, some of the frosting was just still on the top. Just a shake cake milkshake tradition. Perfect. And it really added to the Chicago feel. Now, okay, here's the thing. Last year you came to Chicago, Peter, and this year they moved the dates for All Out. Things were moving around, but I'm just going to be honest with people. Last year, the building fucked on us price-wise. We did not have as many participatory, like other shows and other promotions running with us. So it was Brett running Friday and me running Saturday with the brunch. And, you know, people can say what they want. I hope, like, people think I'm kidding. I hope AEW stays forever. I hope they keep making more money. I hope more people tune in. Hope they make more money. I really don't want nothing to do with y'all once y'all lose your jobs, because y'all are not that good, a lot of y'all. And if y'all can just stay over there, that's perfect. But you're saying, oh, but Effy, you run shows alongside, you know, these bigger AEW pay-per-views. Yeah, well, I thought that was going to work. And girl, it was fine. But you're talking about a 300 person decrease from the last time we ran in that Chicago venue. So not only was my prices up, but my attendance was down. And then they changed the dates, and I went, no way, Brett, no way. And guess what? I'm taking time off, and I'm going to go do this brunch in September in Liverpool, and it's sick, and they've helped me out so much with the booking. They've helped me out so much with the stuff. And it's not that I don't mind doing that stuff, but to have this break is lovely. To be able to return to Chicago and just do a one-time Talia Hall show on a Saturday night, not involved with 3 fucking promotions outside of town, crazy nonstop work. It was very refreshing. And good luck to everyone this weekend. I hope you all do smashing records at All In, All Out, whatever the fuck it's called. And please don't call me when they let you go. I know that Tony doesn't really like firing anyone because he's scared of making people sad and he's on his journey to make a friend. But please stay over there. Y'all wanted to be on contract so bad. Y'all wanted to be TV stars and be, oh, we want to be signed. We all got it. So please just do your best. I do not want y'all here. I do not want to be there. I do not want this option to go away. I want y'all to be winners and succeed. And so, yeah, we're not doing that alongside them anymore. We will be back for WrestleMania in Vegas. Have you seen the theater that we're doing the Big A Brunch in Vegas?
No.
I'm going to show you. We can't announce it yet. It's crazy. All right, it's called, I can't tell you what it's called because that'll give it away.
Okay.
It's so beautiful.
Shit.
Yes. Just do a little scroll and get a few good pictures of that. This is like the Hammerstein of Vegas.
Yeah,
this
goddamn.
is huge.
This
I've
is
had
like,
other people tell me shows they've seen here before. This is straight up a Vegas theater. And
I was going to say center stage, but nice, and then I kept clicking, and it's all
massive.
over.
It is massive. This will be the largest brunch we've ever done. This will be the largest capacity we've ever been able to do it in. And this theater fucking rules. I will tell everyone here, if you are looking to hang out with me in Las Vegas, do not. I will be off strip as much as possible and then probably back in this building
your
a lot.
favorite Mormon boys featured on here playing shows.
David Archuleta? Are you talking about David Archuleta? Who's the Mormon
Killers.
boys? Oh, I thought you were talking about David Archuleta.
Is he Mormon too?
Yeah, well, he used to be Mormon, and then he stopped being Mormon, and now he plays at Pride's. That boy is a bottom.
Killers doubled down on the Mormonism.
Oh, the Mormon commercial he did is, once again, Chris Pratt with Christianity, Tom Cruise with Scientology, Brandon Flowers with Mormonism. I think they just figured out a way that you'll stop talking to them. They bring up one thing, and you're going to stop talking to them, and I fucking honor their religion.
Also, Tom Cruise, I will listen to you talk about Scientology all day long.
What if Tom Cruise just hops over you like he does sometimes, and he goes, "What's up? It's Tom."
I would take it.
Did you see him rappel at the French Olympics? Yeah. So cool. And
I have
that motorcycle.
This is going to sound shitty. I have what is it? A moratorium? Is that when you cut it off? No short kings. You're kings, but not for me.
Oh no.
Tom Cruise, you get the pass.
Whoa! You wouldn't make an exception for a very good short king?
Let's move past.
Yeah. I just want to say that I have been in historic relationships with very tall and very short women. This is surprising for people. Very tall women. I'm talking 6'5", and then she wore heels. Very short women. Very short men. Very tall men. And let me tell you something. Variety is the spice of fucking life. Because I can point out positives of everybody involved. We love you for who you are. But it's like I said, if you break your ankle, do I got to look like a fucking loser and wait for the helivac? Or do I carry you down the mountain, my short king, and honor you and save you in this moment? Or is he going to be a stubborn little short king and refuse the help?
See, if I pick Tom Cruise as my short king, he'll carry me down the mountain, even if he has the broken ankle.
If my dad is wearing shoes with heels in the back of them, he's 5'5". If he's wearing shoes with heels in the back of them. Do you know this?
Seriously?
Have you ever met my dad?
No.
We probably should bring him down here sometime.
Yeah.
He gets lonely up there in North Carolina, but he does have, I thought he was being an ally, but he was just weird about talking about, I think, women he was dating. So he calls them his special partners or his special friends. And I think he's doing okay. But yeah, short king for sure. I come of them. He goes, I married your mom to get tall boys. I wanted tall boys. That's what I got. She don't love me no more, though. It's a little sad, but it's fun. Short kings forever, I think.
Short kings forever.
Have you ever seen how fast a little short guy can get jacked?
No.
Like, it's like their body just responds different.
That's great.
You're under 5'7", your body gets jacked real quick. I will say AJ will go to the gym twice and then get abs. It's kind of disgusting. So maybe it's just like
I just have to get sick and I have abs.
Please don't get sick. How was that juice? How was that special juice?
It was wonderful.
All right, good.
It was wonderful.
I'm trying to cure you with special juice.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just need to be vitamin overloaded for a second.
Yeah.
Let me put some D and some sunshine up you. All right. Well, down your throat.
Sweet.
Let me put some D down your throat.
Phrasing.
Ah! So Chicago, I eat these delicious hot dogs. I go to Talia Hall, and I have a tag team contest against my good friend who we hung out with the day before, Kevin Koo, with his tag partner Dom Guarini, my tag partner currently in Mother Father, Dark Chic, the Dark fucking Chic, and me and Kevin and Luis. Shout out Luis Gonzalez, Liberty Tattoo. Is that where he is?
Can we? Yes.
Yes.
Can we get him over here to watch the new Ninja Turtles TV show
Yes.
and like have some pizza?
Yes.
Can
Have a
we do
cowabunga
that?
time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to message him. That sounds wonderful. I still want to have him. See, this is the thing about being friends with cool tattoo artists. I want to hang out with you a lot, but then every time I hang out with you, I'm reminded that I also want this tattoo.
Yeah.
And that picture of Bebop yesterday just groveling into the camera was like I've been waiting to do, you know what I'm talking about? Like the old American style, like angry wolf on a biker jacket, but it's him.
Yeah.
With his little
with his
eyebrows. I want it so bad. And then Cranberries is she's a cute little girl. And then his is just like.
But Lucy's just going to be Snoopy with a big.
Yeah, the 100%.
Yeah.
When Snoopy's going Brazzler. I don't know what that means.
Just going with it.
I'm good. Yeah, just go with it. But me and Kevin were hanging out, and we all went to get food. Me, Kevin, and Luis, and we went and got cheesesteaks at Fred's Meat and Bread. Have you been there?
No.
Oh my God,
So good?
They have this mushroom beef cheesesteak that I put sriracha on it. It just fucks so hard. And they serve bottles of cheer wine, so it's just onions and peppers and meat and bread, a little spicy. And we sat there as men and had sandwiches and said, this match tomorrow, let's not kill each other. And I only bring this up to point out the fact that this dumb motherfucker suggests himself to have a large, you know, those like workout bands, like the largest ones.
Yeah.
So Dom pulls it and they're trying to make it look like it's going to go into Sheik's face. And so Kevin leaves the ring, walks all the way up the ramp to almost to the top of the stage, holding this, and then Sheik hits Dom and takes it and then pops Kevin in the face with it. And I went, you didn't have to do that. Okay, let's talk in kayfabe. It was done to him. You didn't have to do that, Kevin. This is the silliest thing I've ever seen in my life. It was perfect. We both agreed on a time that we hit almost perfectly within about a 30-second range. And it was lovely to like have our match scoped out the day before. And obviously there's other people in the match, but by the time we got there, it was like, oh, okay, we're cool. We're good.
Because I came home and you were like casually working on it.
Yeah, we were just having like a discussion, like a bro discussion in the living room about what was going to be done. So if you think I don't think about my matches ahead of time, you're mostly right. That's like Sean Ross Sapp. Shout out Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful.com. When I had that match with him, he kept messaging me like ideas and like things, and I'm a psychopath. So I just like, just so I can sort of pull up where my brain was at. Because he went to Brett when he got there, and he was like, I keep hearing from Effy not a lot of info when I'm suggesting stuff. Wow, I really was just not clicked in on this. He says, here's all the things I can do. And I wrote, damn, I got to learn. And then I said, I got you. Don't you worry. This is just what he's pitching, all these things he wants to do. And I'm going, I got you. Don't you worry. And then he said something. And I said, going to be an easy night, baby. We're going to go bananas.
So no actual input on anything.
There's absolutely nothing like even acknowledging what you're saying to me, like whether it's a possibility or not. And he goes to Brett and he goes, yeah, I'm not getting a lot of response here from Effy. And Brett goes, Sean Ross Sapp, I don't want to disappoint you. It'll all be fine. It always is. I assure you, Effy has not thought about this even once. He was correct. He was correct because I live in the moment, okay? Because I practice mindfulness. Because I enter every scenario in the way that it is, not the way that I want it to be, without expectation. And then I use all of my professional acumen and training, the adaptability gained over years and thousands of matches, and then I make the magic happen as it's happening. So if I think about the magic, you know what happens? It disappoints my reality based on my expectations because my fantasy is so wide.
Have you always been that mindful about things? Because when you say that, it's... I know that you're correct.
Yeah.
I know
No, I had to
that's
train
right.
my brain. I had to train my brain.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
I still struggle with it.
But the reward of it that I've found from like literally reset yourself to everything. Right? Like when I pull up to the post office, I got Magdalena Bay's new album playing, which fucking rules and sounds like futuristic Stevie Nicks is the vibe I get. That's the only. I just kept going. She's like a Stevie Nicks
I'm
from
gonna get
the
us
future.
tickets tonight.
Yeah, we should go to that. Variety Playhouse. Y'all are laying down the fucking magic. If you want to come do the meet and greet there, you got to give me $40 when you see me at Magdalena Bay because I may not be with it. So what was I saying? Mindfulness. Yeah, no, I had to train it out of my brain. I read multiple books about it because it was just like there were times where things are out of my control and it was making me angry or I was carrying things over to other people and then realizing that no one around you has the knowledge that you have, not in a way of like they're stupid, but like when I run into you at Walmart, I don't know what your day's been like, right? I don't have any clue before or after where your day is. So I can't approach you with you having any understanding of where my brain or day is. And so I have to just like approach everything almost with neutrality and scope out what's going on. And even like in customer service, it saved my life. I think this is a lot of why I had to do it is because like you go from a phone call where you're like trying to sell somebody something and you're really excited. And then the next phone call is like, you're the worst company I've ever had at my house and they're terrible. And everyone here is a loser and this and that. And it's probably their stress that's bubbling over. And I'm a pretty easy target to take it out on. But if I was to personally take it as offense, not only would that call be worse because my ego would be in the way of it, but the next call would be even more worse when people are wanting to use my company and I'm sitting here going, I don't know. The last lady said we're fucking shit. So pay it if you want it, bitch.
Right.
And that has no gravitational pull on each other. So, I mean, like we could talk mindfulness all day, but yeah, I think that seeing the benefits of when it does work, like almost the uncomfortableness of it, but it almost, I think I'm too mindful sometimes. And that's why I tell you, I do the thing where I'm like, let me check my diva rating just to make sure. Or the thing where my music will hit somewhere. This sounds so asshole. And I will look at whoever's around me backstage and I'll go, thank fucking God. And they go, what? And I go, I'm still fucking over, baby. And then I walk out. And that's like, you have to have those checks of like, it's okay to be conscious of your objective, actual worth and value.
Right.
And to treat that with a little importance. But also like, it's like NLE Choppa was saying last night at the Pride event in Atlanta that,
If I was a bad bitch,
if I was a bad
suck
bitch,
me too.
I'd want to fuck me too. I want to suck me too. People are going, is he gay? And he goes, there's been questions regarding my sexuality. And he goes, I just need you to know that wherever you drink your water, whatever you believe, wherever you live, if you're fat, if you're skinny, however you eat, however you fuck, we're all equal and I'm going to treat you the same. So NLE Choppa, I stand by that. I think it's awesome. I also think, like, what a key that in 2024, someone with a viral song from Memphis is like, people are like, I can't believe he's playing a Pride event. And you're like, damn, hip hop is still real scared. People go, no, they suck dick. Even Lil Nas X, they've started telling him to stop. Hey man, just say you're into it, but from a distance. And he's like, no. But it's like, NLE Choppa's going to play a Pride event. And they're like, you gay boy. And he's like, no, but I got all the articles talking about me right now. And all I got to do is tell people that they have inherent equal value.
I know.
Oh my God. What revolutionary things is
Yeah.
he saying? Everyone has inherent equal value as a life on this earth? Who would have guessed?
I wish that wasn't like a massive revelation.
Right. But also, like, every time you think there's progress, you go like, you check NLE Choppa on Twitter and you go, oh, there's a lot of people who really are hateful about him
Yeah.
playing a fucking Pride
Yeah.
event for money. He's
Yeah.
doing his job at a place that wants him to do it for money. And you're worried about that?
Yeah.
You can't be worried about that.
Yeah.
Mindfulness, folks. Start with How to Train a Wild Elephant. Did I give you that one? Did you read that one?
I
I absorbed that one.
okay.
I tried to give it to AJ. He won't read it. He won't read Be Here Now, and he won't read How to Train a Wild Elephant because he knows they will work and that they are marvelous and that I am unfuckwithable in the best way. You can fuck with me. It's very hard to get. You're not gonna get an ego-driven rise out of me that easily. But you can now. I'm a politicker now. I don't know if you know.
Yeah.
I politic.
I think I mean, you know what I have going on in my life at the moment, and I'm like reaching for something, you know, even though I feel like I probably have the.
We're going to the library, and I'm going to put it in front of your face. It's probably $1 on Amazon right
Yeah.
now. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's How to Train a Wild Elephant. It's not even a thick book. But whoever wrote this girl who wrote this book. And, like, now it's second nature to me. And there are times where I still have to remind myself, like, it doesn't matter. But, like, I think of it as like waiting in line at the DMV or waiting in line at the airport. And it's like there are the two sufferings, which is one is you're having to wait in this line. And then two is you're having to hear about everyone else's suffering while they're waiting in this line. And I don't want either of them. And I could acknowledge both of them. And if I acknowledge the first one, it's easy to participate in the second one, which is going to require energy of me to either participate or to deflect in this communication over suffering. And if I choose to just ignore both, then really what have I done except for stand and exist for a period in a place where I didn't want to? And how bad was that really?
Yeah.
Did I have to shit my pants? Was I starving? Was I covered in burns? Were my feet on fire? No, like I just had to stand in a line. Grow up. I will pretend at Halloween Horror Nights that I have IBS. Because I'm not waiting in line to do the Insidious haunted house.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, that's the new one for this
Oh.
year, Insidious.
I need to watch this.
And I heard from someone down there that it changes every time you go through it. It's different. So you can do it multiple times.
Interesting.
Yeah. Ooh, this is good. What do we think the used price is going to be? $1.95. The knowledge is out there, folks, but
Yeah.
we won't part with our dollar. Our $1.95.
I think I could probably use a little infusion of something.
It's a good infusion. It's a very easy read. I don't know where my copy is. I think AJ has it.
I just think I'm taking my life a little too seriously
You are.
at the moment.
You are. But it's hard to tell you to take your life less seriously when I have so many blessings already. Because it's like, it seems like I'm being dismissive of regular trials of world.
No, you've not. No, you have been very kind.
I'm
and
not trying to be
gracious
dismissive of
and
anything.
letting me.
Like, of course, when the
sort this
fantasy
out.
person walks out without a shirt on because he hasn't had to wear real clothes in days and goes, "You should just quit your job." Like, that's of course, very easy for me to do. But it's
Yeah.
when it's actually,
but it's
true.
also I have to reflect that was at 5 a.m. and I was having a panic attack on the couch, and that the
Yeah.
advice I was being given was apt for the situation.
Yeah. Well, we're trying our best here. We're going to keep trying every day. And look at that little fluff angel. She's asleep right now. Lucy's just sleeping in her big chair right now.
Oh, I love
She's
her.
been waiting for you to come home all day. She was so mad when I wouldn't let her stay outside because she got a little cut on her paw. I said, you have to come in. She did not want it. And then she pretended she had to poop again, and I knew it wasn't true. So I'm on to you. And, Robert, you know how he gets. He's just a little person. I just left him out there a while. Last night I literally thought I thought I left
You're
him.
like, where's Bobby?
We're on the couch, and I think I'd left him out there for 30 or 40 minutes. At night, there's not really a good light system if I'm not out there.
Yeah.
They can't see his little bones. And it turns out he just went to bed. He just went to my bed, scooted on out of the room. He was fine. He's just like a moody little teenage boy sometimes. He's like a 17-year-old right now. Maybe
Yeah.
he's like 20. How old are you as a human? 19 is what I'm getting off of that reaction. Did you see the picture of me when I was 19? Oh, what a drunk little hooligan. What a messy fucking... Pardon, I'm not going to say the word on here. You're going to have to go back and blur it. We're here. We're wild. And once I had the match in Chicago, I spent some time talking with a few people. It's good. It's always good to see Mustafa Ali. I feel like he's funnier every time we meet and hang out and chat with each other. But we definitely are on clearly different paths of our career. But that's why the indies are so cool, because like he can go do TNA and then go do New Japan and then go do this and that. And I still run into you out here on the outlaw territories, baby. It was good. Now I did have to go to Texas very quickly, and I made a directive on my flights, and you're going to think I'm silly. There were 2 flights, same time. One of them goes through Atlanta. One of them goes through Minneapolis. I said to myself, if I go through Atlanta to get to Austin, I'm going to go home. If I land in Atlanta, even by oopsie daisies, off a 5:30 a.m. flight, I'm going to go home. I couldn't risk it. So I went through Minneapolis. It maybe added 20 minutes to the whole trip. I landed. I went and got barbecue. I had pulled pork. I had brisket. I had mashed potatoes. I had cream corn. I had cornbread. I had Diet Pepsi. It was so good. It's so good. They just serve it to you on a cafeteria tray. Texas barbecue. It's like there's some gentrified ass places now. But also all of Texas kind of starting to look the same to me. I know there's differences in cities, but the weird highway systems are all almost identical in Dallas and Houston and Austin. And so it's just very confusing. You're just like, what part of Texas am I in now? I don't know where I am, but I was in Austin and I was fighting at Inspire Pro again. Now, sadly, Maki couldn't make it to this booking. So I, Papa Effy, took her booking and fought Devin Carter myself, who is an up-and-coming LGBTQ wrestler who put on a damn good show with me. This card was 11, 12 matches, and we were like match 9. So we got in there and we got it done, is how I'm going to put it. Sometimes wasting time when the audience is already that deep, it's just like, you know what? It's going to wear me out of breath a little more to get right to it. But I think we should get right to it. I think we should jump right in. Devin Carter agreed. We had a very fun back and forth sick match. I don't want to talk about the finish of the match. I don't want to talk about what happened at the end because I didn't win. But it was lovely nonetheless. I did. Here's the thing again. No offense to anybody on the GCW roster. Love you all. You're all very cool. Getting my own hotel room is better than getting paid even more. If I had to choose at this date and time of my life, if I would have my own room for 5 hours or more money and share a room, I would choose my own room for 5 hours. Maybe I'd give that up after a few weeks, but the importance of laying naked on the bed for a few minutes is unbelievably top. Like it's top of what's the hierarchy of needs? Laszlo's hierarchy of needs. Laying naked on the bed is the top one. It's the top need. What's the bottom need? Forehead kisses? Or is the bottom one the most important? Is that like food, shelter? And
wait,
then
I'm not sure
joy.
if you're talking about the base needs or what bottoms need.
I know what bottoms need, and they need to behave. And they need to know that all right, I gotta stop.
I thought you're saying bottoms need forehead kisses.
They do need forehead kisses. They do. That's true. But they don't always deserve forehead kisses. Why don't you show Daddy who's a good boy? All right, we're gonna keep church and state separated. That just gave you the heebie-jeebies. I love it. I love the venue.
We've talked about how I'm probably a prude. Like as I get older, I'm leaning more conservative that direction.
I got home from Japan and I was pretty sure I was too far gone. I think I am so out of bounds as far as like if I was going to have a normal conversation with someone and we were going to get into like dating or whatever, they'd be like, "What is wrong with you? What's your deal, dude?" And I'd be like, "I think I've just seen too much. I think I've seen too much." You know how like you meet somebody, like sometimes I meet somebody and they're very nice and they're older than me, and I just think to myself, "You haven't seen enough to think as much as I have." And we've had this discussion before about like, I think I've had, I'm 34. That's not very old, right? But then I start talking to other people about what's been going on in their life, and I think a year is not measured in a year. And I think sometimes we have to admit that maybe at 34, I've seen a lot of things, and you can't really pull the curtain back shut once it's wide open.
Right.
And I've been behind a lot of curtains.
Yeah.
And I know what's behind the curtains, and I'm not going to pretend I don't, but it may be too much for some people to enter a conversation if they've never looked behind the curtain even once in their life.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally.
So Texas, beautiful place. Airport's really nice. Love it. They even, I'm Sky Priority now with Delta, thank God. Don't want to brag, but I'm going to brag. Sky Priority. And I do want to say it's not allowing me to change my fucking flight on Sunday back from Minneapolis, except unless I pay $200. If I want to leave at 8 a.m. instead of 5:30, $200. This is another thing I'm dealing with where I'm going, it's not that I hate you guys for making more money than me when you come off the WWE, or that I think you're not deserving of such a large check, but y'all get to be real picky with your goddamn flights, and it's starting to piss me off, and I think I'm going to start getting real picky. I think I have to. I think I have to set the precedent. This is me being mad at myself for you getting away with things that I don't think you're deserving of, and me thinking that I'm much more deserving of them, but then not asking for them directly and not knowing how to, so now I will. I'm not fucking leaving your town until I tell you I'm leaving your town. And if you book me at 5:30, I'm going to poop in the ring. I'm going to poop all over your canvas. I'm going to smear it. And I'm going to leave. And I'm going to already have been paid because that's how this works. And then I'll buy my own flight home, but you'll never live down the day that you screwed me over and made me poop publicly in your ring. How's that?
Sure, it'll work.
We got into a lot of stuff today.
We
Texas
did.
was fun. I'm excited about the Mall of America. It's me and Allie versus Danhausen and Maki Ito.
Oh, shit. That's good.
I don't know how much back and forth I want to give on this, but Maki Ito's an interesting case right now. She shouldn't be wrestling, but we're going to work around it. If there's ever been a workaround, it's me. Effy is the workaround.
Yeah.
And sometimes being the workaround, all that really means is I'm going to have to throw my ass around a lot. I'm very good at throwing my ass around. And I think back to when Maki Ito chokeslammed me through the spine of 2 chairs. When I told her this idea, I said, Maki, chokeslam, but the backs are together. She says, "You give to me?" And I said, "No, Maki, you give to me. I jump. I'm stupid." And she goes, "Oh, okay." And then fucking chokeslam me through the chairs. It was awesome. It was perfect. But the footage is fun to watch. In the moment, it didn't feel so good.
Yeah.
Didn't feel so good on my spine. Not fun. I'm very excited for the next few weeks. I will be in Boston for Blitzkrieg on the 13th against the atrocity Cruel. Yeah, you know Cruel? He lives in a swamp. We have his seasoning.
Yeah.
We do. He lives in a swamp, kills uninhibitedly. So that'll be fun. 14th.
Make seasoning. 14th, going to be hanging out again with Violent J. Oh, shit.
We're tight. We're good. And I'm going to have a 3-on-3 with Sawyer Wreck and Sheik versus Madman Pondo, Too Tough Tony, and I think, what's his name? It doesn't matter. And there's another guy. And it's 3 big hardcore boys versus Briar. It's Briar. Briar's the third man. Who's the third man? The third man. You remember that? You didn't watch WCW. Who's the third man? See, now, Hall and Nash had left the WWF at this point and had gone over and jumped ship, but made it look like they were invading WCW, and they were coming in as what they were calling the outsiders. They looked real tough. They were going by their real names.
You said Hall and Oates?
Hall and Nash, yeah, close. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, previously known as Razor Ramon, former heavyweight champion.
Wait, he's
Diesel.
the really hot one.
Yeah, he's so hot.
Yeah.
He's dead, R.I.P. They left. They're going by their real names, and there's an attack going on. They're attacking people, and they said, we're going to reveal a third man in our group. And they start beating up Macho Man Randy Savage, and here comes Hulk Hogan for the save. But Hulk's the third man, and he joins the New World Order of Professional Wrestling justifiably flipping everything that had come before that day in televised professional wrestling on its head. Could you believe it when Hulk was the third man?
No.
We're going to go back and watch this, or we're not. I think actually I just decided we're not. If anything, I watched that Chimp Crazy documentary, and do you know about this?
No.
Where the lady wants to keep all the chimpanzees on her property, and then Peter's like, you can't do it. But they did have a scene where one of the chimps tried to attack Hulk Hogan on the show Hogan Knows Best, which we all know now. Hogan did not know best. Hogan actually did not know a lot of things, like racial slurs were inappropriate, like your daughter wasn't something that you could pimp out, like you shouldn't have friends like Bubba the Love Sponge who let you fuck their wife and then film you doing it, like Linda deserves all the money she took out of your house, like you probably shouldn't buy a water feature with a koi pond. Hogan didn't know shit. How about that's the new show? Hogan don't know shit, because he don't. All right. If anybody wants to see me body slam Hulk Hogan on the sidewalk before this election, you let me know. Can we hear it? Can I get a hell yeah, brother? If you want to see me slam him on the fucking sidewalk? Brother. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hulk Hogan, you show yourself around these parts again, I'm going to pick your geriatric ass up. I'm going to pop your spine down. I'm going to squish you down like a bug, and I'm going to rip your little thong out, and I'm going to chafe your hole. You fucking loser. You're going to have to edit that, aren't you? Nah. It's exciting. Detroit and then Rochester. I don't know what I'm doing in Rochester. I've never wrestled in Rochester. The previous Rochester show, I was in Texas. So funny thing. Then we'll be in Philly for GCW at the Harris Casino. Then we'll be in Hartford, Connecticut at the former porn theater that's there. I forgot the name of it. It's great. And then we're going to do Big Gay Brunch in England. 26th, we will be doing a live podcast thing with someone. And then we'll be doing 2 nights of Big Gay Brunch, 2 Big Gay Brunches in a weekend. It's going to be great. It's going to be magic. After that, we've got some things lined up, but we'll get to it. That's the September block right now, starting with Mall of America, which if you're not on the Patreon, weekendateffys.com, you're going to hear this after Mall of America. It will have already happened. So if I die in the Mall of America, bury me in Pasta Brother. You know Hulk Hogan had a pasta restaurant in the Mall of America?
No.
Called Pasta Mania? Should I open a restaurant in the Mall of America? No, bad idea, right?
Bad business decision.
Should I ride roller coasters?
Yes.
Yes.
Good business decision.
Lucy just woke up and you got your lips poking out. I love it. Please like, review, subscribe, sign up for the Patreon. Check out everything online. We have Weekend at Effy's merch at effylives.com. We have Wrestling is Gay merch. We have all sorts of fun. Join the party. Join the action. Peter, anything else from you?
No.
All right.
I'm
well,
here.
Like we always say, to infinity and... Wait, we can't. It's a Disney thing, right? Fuck. We got to pick a new catchphrase.